So the content system I built with Claude Code is so horrible. And the only way I found this out came from the deliverables that agent, I'm going to change that name because I messed it up so many times, but that the script writing agent was returning scripts that didn't sound like me. And I went in a couple times with refinements and that still didn't work. And I didn't understand why it was going that way. And it kind of made me reluctant to actually make a video. So I said to myself, today, I want to build this mental muscle memory of creating content. So the system I was building was supposed to help that. I needed to find out what was broke. I can create my own scripts. I can even freestyle a script, but that defeats the purpose. And the purpose was to remove the bottleneck, which is me, the overthinking, the overprocessing. That's why I put this build together. And just let me just explain to you guys a little bit how I work. I don't just jump into Cursor or Claude Code and start prompting there. I typically start with Claude.ai. I go through the planning with Claude.ai. I ask it the questions that I need. I tell it what I want to build. It comes back with the full tech stack and how I should move forward with building. And I think I've been so influenced by the content I've watched on like Instagram about Claude builds and security issues and the bad code and the wrong tools being used, that I reverted to just saying, hey, you know what? Until I can actually look at things and understand them, I'm going to use Claude.ai to assist me with the builds. So after looking at the scripts and figuring out why it's not working, it got me to thinking, if the script skill isn't working, I need to find out why and what else is not working. So I went to Claude.ai and I asked it one simple question. Why doesn't this work? And we found out it was the Claude.md file. This was the one thing that was causing the issues. And the issue was it was bloated with things that should not have been in the Claude.md file. They should have been in the agent skill specific file. And this is only for the script writing agent, which is the second part of the system. The first part is topic research. Second part is the deliverable from that topic research. Third part is me picking out a topic to speak about. And then the fourth part is sending that topic over to the script writing agent to return the script to me. Now, when I started thinking about the process, I started thinking to myself, well, wait. Let me see also what's messed up with step one, because the topics that was coming back, I don't know. I just felt like today, I just felt like they didn't have the right metrics lined up. So after finding out that the Claude.md file was bloated with a bunch of information need to be in there about the script writing, I also asked Claude about the topic research, and the same thing returned. So after taking a deeper look and finding those major issues, and then Claude actually, pointing them out to me, Claude came back and explained the issues and actually how to fix them. So the one issue was with the topic research agent, Miles. It was the query that was off. And I would say that's my fault. I didn't catch it because I should have caught it, because my initial thought when setting up the build was to set it up how I'm going to be setting it up today. But I started thinking, well, hey, Claude, you kind of helped me create the Claude.md file. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did you set it up that way? And at the end of every sentence, I have a special keyword that I placed at the end of those sentences to prompt Claude to go into a don't coddle type mode, don't comfort type mode, basically a don't lie to me type mode, keep it real with me type mode. And it works. It brings back the truth. Sometimes the truth is hard. Pushed all the responsibility right to me. And I take full responsibility for it. Claude basically told me it put the priority into speed, and speed was the priority over quality. And again, I take full responsibility. That was my fault. I just wanted to get something built. And the time that it took, Claude kept saying, take a break. And I kept saying, no, let's keep going. You know what I mean? Not verbatim, but you know what I mean. oh, that's a good session. Let's end it here and pick up, you know what I mean when you're using like Claude.ai, right? But I learned a valuable lesson here. And the lesson wasn't to slow down because Claude said so. The lesson was the way you prompt Claude.ai during an assisted build, you have to give it the understanding of what's priority, like what priority looks like. And we went back, thought about the process in which Miles searched for topics, not the numbers or the topics themselves, but who's the creator of the content inside of that topic. What do their numbers look like? And this is where we got it wrong. So the system was totally broken. Oh my God. And I didn't think about it. I thought I was going to be able to come to Claude today to fix the script writing issues. And no, that wasn't the case. We found more issues. So basically with Miles, we wanted to dial in on the overperformance ratio. This would let us know that the topic had organic reach potential. It would actually assist me more creating content because of these metrics and not because a content creator had a supportive audience. And don't get me wrong, a supportive audience isn't bad, but that's not what I was looking for, starting out as a new content creator myself. So this was the prompt I gave Claude to help me check the Claude.md file and edit it perfectly to match what I wanted the final outcomes to be. And it did just that. And I'm going to show you that process now. Now we're inside of Cursor now, and we're going to plan out the new updates and fixes that we're going to do. So, all right. So I already entered in some information already, and I'm just going to do the rest. So first field is we got the YouTube channel, and that will capture creator's name plus handle, subscriber count. That'll capture subscriber count at the time of search. And then we also want to grab the video title. And when do we want that to, I guess the exact, put it like that. All right. So, and that's like, no matter how long it is, we want the exact title. Then we're going to add in video views, and that's going to be at the time of search. Then we're going to do date uploaded. See if we can try to get the exact date, because I know sometimes YouTube will just have it in weeks. So I'm going to ask Claude about that. And then what else did I want? Oh, I want to get the comment count as well, because it's going to tell me the engagement. So let's put in engagement, and then, oh, let's add in the overperformance ratio. And this is going to be views divided by, okay, next, let me think. Oh, we got the pillars, and it will be listed like this, the build, blueprint. So these are all internal categories that will be creating content or under and around based on the topics that are inside of. All right. So let's do a score. Let's do a score too, because I'm going to need the score, and it's going to be 1 to 10. Composite, or how to spell. Oh, let's get the why. Why it scored. Why it scored. Just one sentence. No, tied. For the updates, they're gonna be Miles only earns videos uploaded within last, let's say 90 days. This is just a start though. Like this will just be a starting, and then if it brings us back nothing, then we'll kind of move the lever a little bit. Oh, the subscriber filter earns results for, was it 4 tiers? Yeah, 4 tiers. And then I'll put those over here. The tiers will be under K subscribers, under 5K subs, 10K, and then I think the highest I want to go is 15. And then each tier be labeled. Okay. All right. And then I think that might be it. We got the date, we got the subscribers. Oh, okay. Let me ask Claude what criteria is on a video views. Okay, so he said tier that one too. Minimum views to qualify. I don't like those views. Yeah, but that's a signal. So after I gave him my tier list, he matched that approach, no arbitrary view floor, just the ratio. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit more directly involved with the ratio itself. Okay. All right. So yeah, because the tier that it gave me, it was like this. Let me show you guys. So you can under 2K subs, then it was under 5K subs. And then the views were like this, like 1,000 plus. Oh, no. For this one, it was 500. No way. And I'm going to tell you why I kind of pushed back at this. Oh, wait. No, okay, I see what he's saying. All right, well, what we're gonna do, okay, so All right, I would have to put this in a totally different table to show you guys this whole thing. Let me copy this, add another table here so you guys can see it. Table, we're gonna do three columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 rows. So I can push it up more. All right. So Claude was thinking like something like this: under 5K subs, under 10K subs. There. So basically the same tier list as before, but then that tier list also needed to be broken down into views as well. So minimum view, subscriber tiers, and then here would be minimum view, qualify, and then here would be the overperformance ratio. But this is how it looked though, and I'm gonna tell you guys after I put this all, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I wrote. And I guess this could work, but this would work if the topic was all around hot. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're doing these type of videos, since so many people are in this space, I don't think topic is so, it's still a hot topic, but I just don't think every video is going to do well. Even just because it's in the AI space, I don't think every video is going to do well. That's just my honest opinion and thought process on it all. 25 plus views. Okay, so what I basically went back and said was like, yeah, that I feel like that'll just be taking each topic and throwing it against the wall and seeing what stick. And you got to test it. And I'm going to also work this in as well. And I'm trying to remember exactly what I typically say. So this is typically what I think I write it differently. I have to find it, but I just started doing this. So Claude can be a little bit more proactive, basically telling it to suggest better ways of doing stuff, not based on speed though, based on the actual implementations and the outcome. So I always like to stick this in, but I want to add this to my Claude.md file as well. This way, if I'm wrong about a statistic or a calculation or anything like that, Claude is not just gonna agree with me. After using Claude for so long, and as much as I use it, I have to, you know what I'm saying? Like I have to give it those restraints, or it'll just tell you whatever you want to hear. So I always want to keep those restraints involved in everything that I do with Claude to get the best outcome possible. And I think it's working. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's working. All right, Miles calculate this from every video he finds, regardless of the raw view count. A $50,000 view video on a 200 view average channel score higher than 500K view video on the channel that regularly gets it. The subscriber tier still matters for filtering who Miles looks at, but the views get judged against the channel's own baseline, not against the arbitrary number we made up. Does it feel like a real virality signal to you? It could, but sub count, video views. So low sub count, high video view, not all videos. Just those videos on the channel that does really good numbers based on. Okay, so all right, I'm just giving them my thoughts on this right here. Okay, so let me send that now. Boom. All right, sending that now. And let me go ahead and this off. Cursor. All right, so let me see what he came back with. You're right, those numbers are arbitrary floors, not virality signals. The real signal isn't a minimum view count. It's the ratio between what a channel normally gets and what that specific video got. The gap is the data. Okay, a channel averaging 200 views per video that suddenly gets 500,000 on one topic, that's a 25 times overperformance. That topic broke through something. That's the signal Miles should be hunting. Not does it have 5,000 views, but did the video dramatically outperform everything else on the channel? Oh, wait, that wasn't even it. You described something cleaner and more honest than what I had. Here's a better implementation. A real signal Miles is looking for: a video where the count significantly exceeds the channel subscriber count. That's it. That's the core metric. If a channel has 15,000 subs and a video has 10,000 views, that video pulled 6 times subscriber base. That means strangers found it, not fans, strangers searching for that topic. That's proof of top topic. Okay, so what if we run, what if we run tests on both airway, full mouse signal stack in priority order, view to subscriber count, primary signal. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to run both scoring methods, right? And we're going to see which one returns the better data based on which ratio method surface better topics. Okay, so that I agree with that. So that's how we're going to go on about this from now on. So our first fix is going to be with Miles. We're going to run both and compare the outputs, and the results are going to tell us exactly how to build Miles the right way going forward. All right, okay, bet. So this is the prompt right here. Basically telling the agent. So it's basically telling the agent the file to look for and what actually to do out of that file, and basically run these metrics. This is my method. My name is Demisi, and this is the ratio method. And we're going to see which one returns the better topics. Now, we also in here, we have some channels to watch out for. So I'm not gonna mess with that. Oh wow, that was quick, dude. That was fast. Like it did this. What? Okay, so let me show Claude that it's done so it can log that for me. All right. Okay, so man, that was really fast. This is my first time using Fable 5. All right, so this was the section that was fixed. As you can see, it changed the metrics that we had before, and I think this should bring better topics back than what it was bringing before. So let me go ahead and hit keep. All right, so the next thing we have to do is the Claude.md file. So I'm grabbing the prompt from Claude now. And I'm going to come here, type in the prompt here. This is what it says. And it's just gonna edit this for us. It's reading the file now. It's editing it already. Okay, why did it pop up red like that? I don't know, but let me grab the screenshots. Send that to Claude real quick. Wait, what it stop. Okay, it's done now. Pillow 3, scroll all the way up to pillow 2 right here. Grab this screenshot. So I'm just telling Claude it's done. Here's the return and sending him the screenshots to confirm. Okay, so the red was Cursor's way of showing me a diff. Okay, so once I hit keep, it should remove that. Okay, boom, boom. Okay, I was thinking that you do keep afterwards because I'm so used to anti-gravity that I don't really remember keep. Okay, bet. All right, so now let me send him the update. And now this is a lot less lines too. I think this went from like 200 plus lines, and that should really do it. So now those fixes, and it was just so much bloat. But we have a couple more fixes though, I think. Yeah, so before it was 200, even Claude is confirming it. Before it was 270 lines, and right now it's 102 lines. So that was a lot of bloat. Okay, so what we're going to be doing right now is just creating standalone reference files. And I got the prompt for that from Claude now, because we don't have, because you know what? The references was inside of the Claude.md file. So, okay, pillows.md, I guess I got to go here and then I'll send this over to Claude confirmation, logging, because all this gets logged in my my Notion database as well. And this will keep the pillars in one place instead of duplicating them across multiple files. Better organization and stuff like that. Which I said, it was inside the Claude.md file at first. It was part of the bloat, so we're separating it. I'm sending him the screenshot now. Okay, let's see what's next. All right. So every agent is gonna read the pillar.md file, and they're gonna update from that. And right now we're going to run another prompt that go back to the Claude.md file, read first, see what Claude said. All right, so now Miles, everything is done with Miles now, and now Miles reads 2 files before he does anything: the Claude.md file for who I am and how I think, pillars.me for what topics are inbounds and what aren't. Basically a clean separation. Each file does one job. Okay, so now we move on to the script writer. So let me go to her MD file. This, and that's agent. No. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. So now we're about to rebuild the script writer skills. And like I was telling you guys earlier, the core problem was the voice example inside of the Claude.md file. We removed that. It had descriptions of how I talk, but not the actual examples of me talking. So we're replacing those descriptions with raw transcript lines from the actual recording, because for some reason the script writer was taking the how I said it and using not what I said, but the how I said it, and then using that as a way to push out the script back to me. And I didn't like that, because it was just an explanation of how I talk. It wasn't the actual way I talk. Then we're also going to add a sound test guardrail. Before the script writer delivers any bullet points, it reads it out loud like it's me. If it sounds written, it gets rewritten. Oh, wow. And then we're going to add an additional rule, and this is coming from Claude right now. We're adding one rule that didn't exist before. Will never smooths out rough edges. The rough edges are the voice. So it's just me being a newbie and learning as I go, basically. All right, let me grab this prompt. I'm on that. Let me go to view. I just saw a zoom in. That's kind of hard. It was guardrail section. They new content replace guardrail wholesale. Claude. That make sure. Okay, hit key. So in that little bit of time, we actually changed the Claude.md file, the pillars.md file, and then two agents.md files. So for Miles, it's going to return 2 run modes, outperformance ratio, 90-day cutoff, and then for the script writer and cleaner, we rebuilt the guardrails, added the raw voice examples, and then added in a sound test as well. 4 files we touched. So let's see if the system is fundamentally different from what it was an hour ago. So when I set out to build this system, I kind of figured that it was going to be some back and forth because of the lack of experience I have with building and how I actually build, right? And this is why I use Claude.ai as an assistant. I have to, because I don't want to mess anything up. That's my biggest fear. But that fear goes away the more I build. That's another reason why we actually set this up as well, to actually find really, really good topics, really, really good builds to put me in front of so I can learn as much as I can. Like I'm studying my butt off. You guys can't see this window, but just trust me. What I'm looking at right now is sticky board of a ton of notes of things I study on a regular basis. Tech stacks, what tech stacks and what they do, what certain things mean, program in that tech stack does, what certain things are. Like I'm building an entire knowledge base for all that, right? And I'm just want to be able to show up and just during those builds, I want to be able to just really just learn as much as I can. So I will be definitely taking a lot of notes, and I hope I can actually help you guys too. Not help you guys with a build, but actually help you remove the fears you have with jumping into like a cursor or anti-gravity or I think a VS Code or something like that, and just get in there and build. And if you do have that fear, it's okay to go ahead and use like Claude.ai to help you. Actually, it's a good thing to actually sit and plan out the build first. Tell Claude everything you want to do, or you want the app to do, or you want the website to do, and let it frame everything for you. And you look at it, and if it's moving in your direction, then you just go ahead and agree that's the build that you want to build. But there are also layers to each build that I like to have some knowledge of. It just makes it easier. I'm not sitting here dumbfounded, but I'm going to be moving into builds that I don't know none of the layers, and I'm just going to be starting out fresh and just learning. So I hope you guys come along with me on this journey. Again, I'm Demisi Harris. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.